Hello, you guys. I said I was gonna come on here and do a video for you guys about samples and different samples you can make, how I make some of my samples. Move this out of the way. But yeah, so there are tons and tons and tons of different ways that you can do your samples. This is just what I'm doing right now and a few different ways that you can do them. But please, please, please feel free to watch YouTube videos, see what other people are doing. There are groups on Facebook that show you different ways people do samples, and just because you see me or somebody else doing a sample a certain way, feel free to do it whatever way works for you. I'm even going to show you guys some of my old samples and how I used to label them and how I label them now and what way works best for me currently. Just to let you know, I am in the main living area of my house. So if you hear noises and things, my family's watching TV, my son's playing a video game, I have dogs, so there might be barking and talking and different things in the background, but hopefully it's not too distracting. But let me turn you downwards and so you can see the little table I have set up here, and I'm going to show you some of the different sampling products that I buy. I figured out prices and looked up how much I paid for different things, and I'm going to show you what I use. I'm not going to actually make any samples, but I'm going to show you what I use and what some of them look like, okay? So let me try to flip you down. This is going to be wild. Okay, here we go. There we go. And flip camera. All right, there we go. And my son's already screaming and yelling up a storm. All right, there we go. You guys can see all sorts of stuff around there. Okay, so here's my little table I have set up. And if you guys have any questions, then please feel free to leave them down below, and hopefully I will see them okay. Make sure you guys say hi when you jump on so that I know you're here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me all right. I'm trying to make sure that I can see comments and everything. Okay, I have them enabled. All right, so samples, samples, samples. Of course, the first things that we do to make samples, first things you're gonna need, let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Depending on what kind of samples you make, the first samples, of course, are gonna be wax samples. This one is so old, you guys. But wax samples, I like to use felt. I found that felt is the best for me because they ship really easily. You get a lot more samples when you just use the felt instead of melting the wax, and they're more cost effective and all that sort of stuff. So different ways you can make wax samples. You can use felt. This one's an old felt piece. You can use felt. This felt is from the Scentsy Consultant store, and they are $100 or $100, 100 pieces for $6. They have a few different shapes, but this is my favorite shape. The reason why I like this one is because it is a little bit thicker, and it holds a decent amount of wax, so they can sniff it, get an idea of what that particular scent smells like, and they can also put it in their warmer if they want to and get an idea of what it smells like when it's warmed up. Now, no, of course, this does not melt because it is felt. So they're going to have to just get an idea of what it smells like, but at least they get to try that fragrance, right? If you want somebody to be able to melt the wax, then you use these molds. So these molds here came in my kit. I got 2 of them, but you can buy them in the consultant store on the workstation. They also have the ones that are the sort of classic curve shape is what this is called. But you can melt the wax and then you pour it in here and you let it cool. And then when it's all completely hardened, you pop it out and that is your sample. The only bad thing about these is that it takes a little bit longer. The wax, it uses a little bit more wax. You don't have to fill this all the way up. I usually fill it about halfway, but you cannot keep these in the summertime because if you leave them in your car or you carry them around in your purse, they will melt, and you cannot ship them because in the summertime they will melt. So a lot of people use these maybe in the wintertime or when they're giving samples to local customers, and then they'll use felt pieces in the summertime. But that's up to you how you want to do that. You can get these from the workstation, or you can find fun ones online. I bought this one at the Dollar Tree for $1 and used it in my Halloween scent crate. This one is little diamond shapes. I've used that one before. But you can find these in lots of different places. You can find them at Walmart in their candy making section. You can buy them on Amazon. Search candy silicone molds or just silicone molds and see what pops up. Now, I also buy these little circle felt pieces on Amazon. It's thinner than the other one, so it holds less wax, but it's a little more cost effective if you're just giving these out like candy, giving them to strangers and all that sort of stuff. I will say, if you give any wax samples out to strangers, make sure it is labeled and make sure you get their contact information so you can follow up. But with these pieces here, let me do a little quick math right here. $6 divided by 100. So these ones from the consultant store, you get 100 for $6, and with shipping and everything, you know, that makes it a little bit more money, but that makes them 6 cents per piece. These were 200 for $8.99, and that made them, and I got them on Amazon, so I got Amazon Prime, didn't have to pay for shipping, and that made them, where are they? About 5 cents a piece. And mind you, I didn't have to pay shipping on these, but I do have to pay shipping on these unless you put them in a $500 party that's being shipped to you, which you can do. If you're buying consultant materials, you can put them in your parties to save you some shipping, okay? So make sure you're doing that. But there's samples. So let me show you some different ways I label them. This was how I used to label them in the beginning. I used to use a business card that I printed at home so that it had my contact information. And literally I used a label. This one's got wax through it, but I used just a label that said, "Sniff me, heat me, please don't eat me." And I wrote the fragrance on it. And that's how I used to label them. We use these little baggies. I get the bags from Walmart. Where is it at? There it is. I pay like, they used to be $1, now they're like $1.50, but you get 100 of these little bags. I also find them at Dollar General for literally $1. And so these little baggies are what I use for my samples. And then you want to make sure that you at least label it and tell people not to eat it, especially if you're melting the wax. People definitely will think it's candy sometimes, so make sure you label it. But another way that I used to label it is I made literally a smaller, this is called a return address label, and I put "Sniff me, heat me, please don't eat me" small over there, and then I put on the side, "I hope you enjoy this felt sample. You can keep it in your purse or warm it in a warmer and get a whiff." So it has a little bit of instruction, and then I would use this little bitty space down here to write what it was. And I have these little return address labels that I use, sorry guys, for flyers and things, and for product sheets. So I put one of those on there to contact me. And this time I happened to put a label on the back that just said what the scent was. But sometimes I'll write it in that little space right there. So that's another way I've labeled them before. This is a label that I used to do, and I've since updated it to look more like this. But I wanted to add my picture on there because your picture, your face is your business. People are shopping from you. They want to get to know you and they want to remember you, especially if you have a new customer or somebody that you're just handing a sample to. You want them to remember you. So I always put my face on there. I say what it is, some instructions. My contact information is over there. And then this one says, "Like what you smell, message me or order online." And this is for fragrance mist, so it does have ingredients on there. Anytime you sample body products, I'm going to show you that in a minute, but anytime you sample body products, you want to have the ingredients on there. But this is my samples now. This is the scent of the month, Jade and Jasmine, and so of course it says "Sniff me, heat me, please don't eat me." It says my little blurb about felt samples. And then it has my name and contact, like what you smell, message me, blah, blah, blah. And it has my new picture on there. And then I leave this space open here and I write in the scent. The reason why I do this now is because all I have to do is print these out. I can print as many as I want and I can use them for all different fragrances. I got into the habit of making a different label for each fragrance, and it literally would say Sun-Kissed Citrus or Amazon Rain or whatever, and say I had some left over, but maybe I didn't have any more of that particular fragrance, then those would end up getting wasted, and I did not like that. So now I've started making just one basic label for everything, and I just write what the fragrance is on there. And for these labels, what I do is I buy these sticker sheet labels from Walmart. They are currently about $8 for a pack, and each pack has 15 sheets in there, and I think I fit about 15 labels to a sheet. But literally it's just a full sheet of sticker paper. It's just one sheet of sticker, and I cut them out. So then that way I get the most bang for my buck. I can do different shapes. I can do these smaller ones. I can do these bigger ones, and I do them all on the same sticker labels paper and just cut them out with a paper cutter. So that's what I do for my samples. So like I said, there's lots of different ways you can do it, and you can do it whichever way best suits you. You can make different labels for each fragrance if you wanted, however you want to do that. But yeah, so that is felt samples. Other labels that I do, so you guys did already see the address labels. These come 62 a sheet. I use these Avery 8195. I buy a big old pack of them, and I just print my information on there. I use these for fragrance of the month. I use them for product testers, or product sheets, I mean. I use them sometimes just to put on the back of different things. I'll put these on the samples that I buy from the workstation, which I'm going to talk a little bit about here in a second. So I use these for a lot of different things. So I just always print these out. And then I also use these 32 a sheet labels. And these basically just say my name. They say independent Scentsy consultant. They have all of my information on there. So basically my website, my Facebook, and my email, and my picture. Pretty soon I'm going to start adding a phone number, because I created a Google Voice number so that I could give out my phone number without anybody having my actual phone number. But yeah, so they're all branded and sort of colored to my liking. And then there are other samples that you can do. So when it comes to body products, Scentsy has their own body fragrance, or their own body samples and laundry samples that they sell. I highly recommend that anytime that you can, just buy the ones in the consultant store, because A, it's easier. You don't have to spend the time to make them. You don't have to get the supplies like the bags and everything. You don't have to label them, except for maybe sticking your labels on them. So like I was saying, sometimes I'll stick these on those, or sometimes I'll stick the other one I showed you on them. But that's it. You don't have to worry about making labels or ingredients or anything like that. It's already ready for you and ready to go in great sizes. But sometimes you want to make some of your own. Like sometimes you might have a full-size product already on hand that you use personally and you want to sample it. So this is dish soap, and one way I like to sample out dish soap is to use these little sponges. I buy these sponges on Amazon. They come like this, okay, and these sponges came, let's see how they were, $12.97 for 50 sponges, which makes them about 26 cents per sponge. And as you can see, they're not very big. These are 1.5 inch circles, and they start out like this. You wet it and squeeze the water out, and then they turn out like this. So super cool. But then all I do is I take my dish soap and I just put a little squirt on there, just a little dollop, and then it goes into what's called a Mylar zip top bag. Okay, mine are black because of course I like black, and so on and so forth. And then basically what I would do is I would just open this up, take my sponge, once I put dish soap on there or something, and then I would stick it in the bag and zip it up, and it fits perfectly. These bags here are about 3 by 4 inches, and I got 100 of them for $11.24, which makes them about 11 cents per bag. I've been using these for quite some time. I've had them for a while, so depending on how many you make and give away, they should last you for quite a while. But I don't just use these for my sponges. I also use them for Scentsy soak, and sometimes I'll use them for what I call my deluxe lotion samples. If I do like a large amount of lotion in them, I'll use them for that as well. But before I move on to something else, these sponges are also good for counter clean. You can just spritz it with counter clean once it's damp until you got a good amount on there and put them in these bags, so on and so forth. And then, like I said, I use these labels. This label came from the All About Samples group on Facebook, and I just put my information here on the side, and what I do is I cut them in half, and then I'll put that half on the front, and I'll put the other half on the back, or sometimes I'll fold it over and do it like this on the side. So however you want to do that, you can choose, you know, how you want to do it. I've also done sponges like this, and this is just a regular dish sponge, and I cut it into 4s and made 4 pieces. This one got wet, so it's kind of crunchy. But I then took either like a sample bag that I've already used before, or I use these 3 by 4 inch sample bags. So these ones are 2 by 3, these ones are 3 by 4, so they're a little bit bigger. And I'll put the sponge in there and then put my label just on the front of the bag. I've done that before. But yeah, you can even just use regular sponges. Now, of course, if you're buying these sponges, say you're paying $1 for a pack of 2, and then you're cutting them into 4s, it gives them a little something more to hold on to, I guess, so that's really good. But then it makes them like half of a quarter, so maybe 12 cents, 12, 13 cents piece. So there's that. You can do that. Then if you wanted to, you could buy these little bottles. They both say that they are 5 milliliter. This one's a little bit wider than this. This one here is glass, so I don't like to ship it. I bought it thinking it was plastic, but it actually turned out to be glass. And these are little perfume bottles. And then here's another bottle. This one just pops in. I don't want to actually pop it together because then I'm going to struggle pulling it apart. But it goes like that. So there's some different bag options or bottle options, but these are little spritz bottles. And basically, you would fill it up with product, and then they could spritz it, and it's good to go. So you could put counter cleaner in here. You could put fragrance mist in here, which is something I like to do. You could put, you know, anything that you could spray. Some people take the room sprays, and they'll cut the top off with a pipe cutter and put that in there too. You can find that on YouTube. But you could also put pet spray in there, which is something I like to do. So I usually use these for fragrance mist or pet spray. So there's the No Not Spot spray that I like to use, or the Freshen Up Pup spray, and I will use those. And so what I do for these is I will put them in a bag. Is this even open? No, it's not. Let's open it up, shall we? Alright, so, sometimes they fit in this bag. I don't think they will, actually, because I think I usually put them in the bigger bag. Yeah, that one doesn't quite fit. But you would just put it in a little bag, that way, in case it leaks, it doesn't leak all over the place. Let me open this one. I have some already opened over there in my sample bin, but I don't feel like getting up now. So then what I'll do is once I fill up the little spray bottles, I would put the bottle in here so that it stays fresh, and then I would take my label and put the label on top. Of course, there's a space here so I can write which fragrance it is, but if you have the fragrance scratch and sniffs, then you could even put that on the bag so they can get an idea of what it smells like. But that's just one way that I do it. I've seen some consultants print them on these labels, and then they just wrap the label around the bottle. So that's another way you could do it, and just wrap it around here. I have done that with these bigger ones. I would take this and wrap it around there like that so that it's around the bottle. So that's another way that you could do it, and then put it in the bag so that it doesn't leak everywhere. But I've also done the pet shampoos. Now, mind you, the pet shampoo, we do have samples in the workstation, so I do try to get the workstation samples whenever possible. But if you happen to have full product on hand and you want to give a sample of that out, you could also put it in here, spray or squeeze you some in here. Now these, the great thing about these is that you can heat seal these shut, so that way it doesn't leak out the top. So you can just use your flat iron and just give it a quick dab on the top and it will seal it shut. And then that way they have these little corners to pull these open and open it, and then they can always reshut it with the zipper. So that's really cool. Like I said, Scentsy Soak. I like to put Scentsy Soak in here. I've even put lotion in here. These are my new lotion cards. And so like I said, I'll cut it right there on the line. I'll put that half on the front and this half on the back. If you make any body products at all, you have to put the use and care instructions and the ingredients on your label. You have to do that in order to remain in compliance with Scentsy. Scentsy, about a year ago said, nope, you can't make any more body product samples. But if you do, then you have to put these on there, okay? So if it's something like they don't carry in the store, then you have to put these on there. You can find these on the website, on your PWS. You go to that particular product, you under the picture, you'll go under use and care and copy that, and the ingredients and copy that, okay? And I just picked one and put it on there, and I put some pictures of different hand creams, and I put hand creams come in over 10 cents, and then I write what scent I'm using in that area there. So there is that. Then what I do when I have my samples is I will make fun sample packs. So I will use these two different bags. These are both 4 by 6. So I get these at Walmart once again for like $2, I think they are, for the pack. And I will put all my samples in there. I also find these fun ones. This one says give thanks. I have a bunch of fall, Halloween, and Christmas ones now that I stocked up on, and I save them from year to year. But I buy these little Ziploc bags just because I like the Ziplocs. I don't know why. I'm obsessed with the Ziplocs. But I put all my samples in there, and I call them cute sample packs. You can also do party favor bags. So these are some Valentine's ones I got on clearance last year after the holiday. But you could also get some polka dotted ones or just some plain clear ones. These are about $1 for, I think there's 100 in here. Oh no, 20 pieces. This one from Walmart is 20 pieces. I'm not sure how many are in that one. But that's another fun way that you could put your samples in there. And then you could use your product sheets and your scent of the month flyers to put in there. I usually will fold it in half. This is an old product sheet, so don't mind it. But literally I fold it in half, and then I fold it in half again so it's in 4s. And then I will usually fold it up about halfway or so. Something like that. And then it will fit perfectly inside the bag that way. And then I will take my scent of the month and put that in there with it, and then include maybe some other samples of different things. And if you look at the bag, they all kind of just fit perfectly in there, and I call them my little sample packs. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of confetti in there, and so on. But how I label my scent of the month, they usually come with scratch and sniff, so I'll put that on there. And a lot of people don't realize that you can scratch and sniff these, so I will write scratch and sniff with an arrow. Sometimes I put my label on the front, sometimes I put it on the back. It's whatever I feel like doing that day. And then I take my sample. This is one of the wax melt samples, so it's a pretty hefty sample. And I just staple it to the front because I want them to see that sample firsthand. And sometimes I'll fold it in half, or sometimes I'll just fold it up so that they can see the warmer a little bit. But whatever I feel like doing that day, it's never quite the same. And then it all goes in the bag. So, also, you guys, do not snooze on those scratch and sniff stickers, okay? These are a great way for your customers to just smell the product without actually having any product in hand. It's flat, so it makes it super simple to ship as well if you have a lot of customers out of town. Let's see. Each pack comes with 72 stickers, and it is $3 for the pack, and it makes them less than 5 cents a sticker. So they're 4 cents a sticker. So that's probably the cheapest sample that you're going to get. And people share these pictures everywhere, and then I just put the scratch and sniff on there. You guys, I didn't used to invest in scratch and sniff because obviously if they're $3 a pack and I need 10 packs for all these new stickers, that's $30 investment, which can be quite a bit. So, I didn't used to buy them. I usually only use the stickers from the scent of the month and then hope they would come back the next season and then just keep reusing them. But if you have some extra money, then get the scent stickers. If you can't buy the wax, get the stickers. The new season sales kits sold out really fast today, and I didn't get to get the clean bundle that I wanted, and so, or no, I was going to get the laundry bundle. It sold out, and so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to buy the stickers for those and make up some cute flyers to put those stickers on, okay? So just think outside the box and work with what you have. You don't have to go out and buy all this crazy stuff right away. Start small, start with felt, and then from there, work up to one more thing, and then one more thing, and then one more thing. And then before you know it, you have all this material. This is all stuff that I've accumulated over the past year, okay? Or longer, because you guys, I've been a consultant for almost 2 years now. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy all this stuff right away, okay? If you have somebody that wants a quick sample and you already have, you know, dish soap on hand, get you some regular sponges. You guys, before Scentsy Soak, before I started putting them in these, I literally would just take a couple scoops and put it in these bags and stick my Scentsy Soak label on top and called it a day, you guys. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy all of this fancy stuff to make your samples look a certain way to keep up with everyone else. It's more important that people get the samples in their hand and that they're just have labels on them so that they know what they are, versus not having anything at all, okay? So don't be afraid to just work with what you have. And then I asked you guys if you had any questions for me as far as samples go and what I could help answer for you. And someone asked, you know, what do I send to people and how often do I send it? So like those scent packs that I just showed you, or I call it a sample pack. Sometimes I'll just ship out a product list with the scent of the month. I always do the scent of the month because I'm paying for it. I'm getting it. I'm sending them out. It's something new every month. And so I always do the scent of the month. Sometimes I will do an additional wax sample. And depending on what I'm sending to somebody, if it's a thank you, maybe they had a small order the previous month, I might do a lotion or a Scentsy Soak. Scentsy Soak I usually give to people who spend a little bit more, but maybe I'll put a lotion sample in there that I bought in the consultant store and call it a day. If somebody spent a little bit more, then I'll usually do like a fragrance mist in there, or like I said, I'll do a Scentsy Soak. You don't want to give away the farm, you guys, but if it's a good customer, send them a little bit of everything, especially if they don't usually buy it and they haven't tried it. You know, send them, you know, a clean something from every category. So like a clean bundle product, and then a body product, and then definitely always send wax, because that's just more ways for them to smell different fragrances. But yeah, so that's usually what I will do. If it fits in an envelope, perfect. I'll make these flat sometimes and just ship it in a number 10 envelope. Sometimes I will fold everything up and put it in like a note card with a thank you, a handwritten thank you or something, and then just ship those out. Personally, I do my mailings, I try to do them once a month. So I don't have time to, you know, make mailings once a week for everybody that bought from me that week. Because sometimes it might be just 1 or 2 people that bought that week, or sometimes it's 5 or 10 people if I happen to have a big party that week. I don't have time to do that, so I will usually bulk sample 1 or 2 days out of the month and make tons and tons of samples, and then I will do mailings once a month. And so I'm currently working on mailings to get thank yous out, because I was so far behind the past 3 months. I literally haven't done any. So I'm actually going to be sending out thank yous to everybody that bought from me in the past 3 months. And then I'm also doing the new catalogs and of course some of these different things. So let's talk about new catalogs right quick since we're here. And we're talking samples and all the things. It kind of goes along. Let me just move some of this stuff over. All right. So, new catalogs, you guys. Oh, it's falling apart. It's falling apart. All right. Here's the new catalog. And I haven't put any stickers on the front. I always put stickers on the front. I usually do a fragrance sticker and like a how I take my orders. So it usually says online, Facebook, and message orders welcome, stuff like that. But I did put some labels on the back. If you want to try to screenshot that, there you go. But it says, yay, your spring summer catalog is here. And it talks a little bit about some of the new fragrances that are super awesome. I got all of this from Johanna Luna, you guys. And then I made a QR code, because if you use your camera phone or your camera on your phone, it'll pull up whatever link you have it set to. And I have this one set to my website, so they can use their camera to pull up my website. Of course, it has my contact information down there, and so on and so forth. And then I made a separate one because I use the labels from my job, so I only had certain sizes. But I made a separate one, and I made more of these, and this one talks about if you have a big wish list, host a party, join Scentsy Club, and you know, maybe if you want to join, blah, 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 all that information, contact information on there as well, because I can use these on different sample packs as well that maybe this sticker's not on. So I have all of that. And this one here, I'm doing, let me grid it. I'm going to be doing the scavenger hunt, so I'm going to include one of these scavenger hunt files in it, and I think I shared this in the group with you guys, but Christina Steinbrook made this, and you have to use the stickers for this and put the stickers in the catalog. Now, she does have one made where it doesn't have the new fragrance stickers. Maybe you have stickers, different fragrance stickers, and you can just find other fragrance stickers, or make one that doesn't use fragrance stickers and ask them on what page these other fragrances are on, or whatever. You guys be creative. You guys can totally make something like this in Canva, but I just hid those stickers throughout the catalog and so on and so forth for them to do the scavenger hunt. So I'm gonna do the scavenger hunt with the catalog. I'm also gonna do some different samples. I bought this Johnny Appleseed to put in there. I might do a fragrance mist. I have the scent of the month. So here's the scent of the month that I showed you guys earlier. I'm going to add those. I still have to finish putting stuff together, but I'm going to add those to their brochures, so on and so forth, and put together a cute sample pack with these. Now, these are for people that are like my good customers in the past 3 months that spent quite a bit of money. I do have some people that maybe haven't purchased from me recently, but I want them to know about the new stuff coming out. So what am I going to send them? I'm going to give them a new product list. I don't know where my new product lists are. I have them sitting somewhere. They're probably behind me somewhere. But I'm going to send them a new product list, and I'm going to send them this guy. that has all of these stickers on there. So they can still smell all the good fragrances too. I'm going to fold it up. It's going to go with this. And I might throw in a sample or two and a thank you and different things. Some different little handmade flyers. I have little flyers I made up for referrals, and on the back it just says thank you, that I was grateful for their business. And I'm going to put those in with these for people that maybe made a smaller purchase. Because you guys, these catalogs cost like $4 to ship. And so that can be crazy. I don't have tons of money to be shipping catalogs. I'm sure you guys might not have tons of money. And so I'm only shipping these to my best customers. And everyone else will get this. They'll still get to enjoy all the fun. They'll still get to smell all the fragrances. And there's that. And then I have some people, maybe new customers that are having parties this month, requesting samples. You guys, I still have tons and tons of old catalogs. I don't know why I bought an extra thing of old catalogs. I usually just put this label on the back and that's usually it. And I put stickers on the front. But I have a bunch of these still left over. I was very bad and ordered a thing of catalogs later in the season, which I probably shouldn't have because I knew I wasn't going to get rid of them. But I'm going to send these out. I'm going to find people who don't have, you know, a catalog. I'm going to put a little something. Where's my little sticky note thing? You guys, I did something so fun yesterday. I have to share it. Share it. Okay, so I made these sticky notes. I made this thing and I put sticky notes on there and I printed on these sticky notes, you guys. So cool. I'm going to put this sticky note on the front, probably a cute little washi tape. And it says that our new spring and summer catalog is coming out on February 1st. And if you like what you see, then here's a QR code to the digital catalog. Now, it's not just the digital catalog. Of course, it's linked to my website's digital catalog. And it says scan with your phone camera. So they'll get to see the new digital catalog because as soon as February 1st hits, this catalog is going to switch out for the new catalog on the website. So there's that. If you need more information on that, let me know. Oh, I dropped stuff, but I'm also going to put a discontinued item list with that so that they know that these items are not going to be available anymore out of this catalog. So that gives them an idea. I do have extras of these, so I might put this in there and say available February 1st. But of course, I'm going to put some samples in with these. Now, you guys, how do you ship these? You can just put them in envelopes. Walmart has A9 envelopes, and A9 will fit these catalogs perfectly. A9 is considered half a page. So you can fit regular, these catalogs in an A9 envelope, also 6x9. But we also have clear catalog mailers in the consultant store. So I have bought those before. They're actually really good. They're thick poly mailers. The little flap over the top is really sticky. And so it's perfect for shipping stuff out. So yeah, I put confetti in there, make it super cute, samples, make it super colorful. And that way when they get it, it's super exciting. I also use a cellophane bag. If you're going to use cellophane bags, get 6x9s to put these in. But you guys, if you've been a consultant for a while and you were a consultant over the summer, then you know that when they ship out wax, they ship out those ice packs. And those ice packs come in a Ziploc bag. And let me tell you, save those Ziploc bags because those Ziploc bags are the perfect size to fit your catalog and some samples in. So I love to do that, and I will do those for local people sometimes. So if you don't have money for cellophane bags or, you know, the different mailers, then those Ziploc bags are perfect as well. So I've used those before too. So I'm going to ship that with some samples, and it's going to be super cute. And that way people can still enjoy everything in here and all of the things. Okay. So I've been on here rambling for super long. If you guys have any questions, hopefully you guys could hear everything okay. But if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them for you. I've put so much information in here. Hopefully it was easy to understand. But I'm going to go now and make sure you guys catch Dawn's live video in the Risers group. For all of you Risers on my team, and she's doing giveaways over there. So make sure you check that out, okay? I will see you guys next time. If you have questions, let me know or message me with anything you might need. All right, bye.